Hello everybody, it's Rachel here with Country Sparkles, and today I'm going to be fixing up a leather chair. It's right here. I bought this chair secondhand, super cheap, and real leather chairs are not super cheap. And so I'm really excited to fix it up. It needs a lot of work and will probably take a couple days for me to get it looking good as new again, but I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited to be putting this in my space down here with my little mini library that I've got going on. So let me show you the chair. Here is the chair and the ottoman. The ottoman's not in too bad shape. It's really flat from old, but there's probably not much I'm going to do about that. But besides that, it needs to be washed and conditioned really well, along with the chair part, but it has so many problems. Pretty much like all the seams on this back headrest are busting out, and I'll show you the big, woo, all the stuffing's falling out, and somebody even tried stapling it. Like, oh my goodness, what in the world, people? But whatever. So it's got stuffing falling out. I can't, apparently this is coming off too. This needs to be restitched. They did a not so awesome job trying to fix that up, but whatever. It's okay, I can sew, I can fix this. And I'm pretty excited, and it needs a really good washing. I'm even gonna wash all the stuffing since it's out. I'm gonna throw it in to some bags, some laundry bags if I can find them. Yeah, I'll find them and show you. Oh, there they are. I'm gonna throw the stuffing into just these laundry bags and then put it into my washing machine, and I'm gonna wash all the stuffing because why not? And maybe after I wash it and dry it, it'll get fluffy again. I don't know, we'll see. But it can't get any worse than it is now. So there is lots of TLC, but I see the potential and I am so excited for it. Here we go, let's fill up our laundry sacks with the stuffing. I'm trying to decide how full I want this bag because I don't want stuff full because I want it to be able to move around, so that way it gets washed well. And if it's not moving around, it's not gonna get washed. So I think I'll be stopping here, and maybe I'll clean out the rest of this right here, and then I'll wash it. And I gotta go get my toddler some milk. I've got the first bag filled up, and now we're on to the next bag. Okay, here's all the stuffing I took out of there, and I even took a pillow out. Like, they just kept adding stuffing instead of fixing the problem. Whatever. And they tried stapling at one point, so I'm gonna have to take these staples out, and then with all the stuffing out, I can go inside and actually sew this and fix it. And there'll be a couple spots. I'm gonna vacuum this, and I'm gonna have to fix down here in these corners a little bit too. So first, I'm gonna vacuum it all out and wash it down, I think, before I start sewing and stuff. That way I know it's all clean and ready to go. Okay, so the next part, I think I'm just gonna speed through it so you guys don't have to, sit here and watch me clean out the whole chair. But I wanted to tell you what I'm using to clean it. So for the outside, the leather, I'm gonna use Dawn because it's super soft and hopefully it'll lift out any oil stains. So just Dawn dish soap in some warm water with a washcloth, and then any deep oil stains that I can't get out, I'm gonna put baby powder on it to help pull the oils out after washing it. So I am in the middle of washing this with my Dawn soap and water right now, and this is what it looked like before, and this is what's turning out now. Can you tell really the big difference? It's huge. This had a really big, I don't know, some kind of melted candy spot. Got it off. That is one of the awesome things about leather, is it cleans up so incredibly nicely. Incredibly nicely. But yeah, I am loving how it's turning out. It's taken some elbow grease, but we'll get there, and I'm excited. I'm loving it already. And it looks very sad. Very sad state right now. Also, these scratches right here, when I condition the couch, that should even those out and restore the color in those spots. Here is the chair. It is all washed. So these corners here on all four, they are extra greasy from pretty much body grease, like hands touching and head and stuff like that. So I put some baby powder on there to leave overnight to help draw out the oils. And I'm gonna do this to this side too. I just haven't yet because that side was still wet. But let me show you the difference. So the ottoman's not been washed. That has been washed. So much better. And once this is conditioned, like how that's more brown, that's more green, that should like blend a lot better and like be more of a uniform color. It'll still be a little bit different, but that's from like the browns, the aging was probably sitting in sun. And then the green, that's the original color. As you can see, they have a swatch here of the original leather color. And so, yeah, we're trying to get back to something close to that. Yeah, see that? It just looks brown even. It's not even the green like it was, but very happy. There's, see, brown sitting in the sun up there. Oops, sorry. But yeah. So I have got pieces everywhere, but it is all cleaned as much as I'm going to clean it. I'm just kidding. I have to wash off that little bit of baby powder still there. So I'm going to wash that off and let it dry. And then I'm going to start fixing the stitching on everything. And my last step will be oiling it to even out the color. So I've decided that I'm going to baby powder this again. So I'll baby powder that, let that sit. And while I do that, I'm going to sew the back of this. This had a second zipper here and the material was just all ripped out, and so I just took it off. And I'm going to cut out a new piece of material that I'm just going to sew right there. And then it has a zipper down below that I'll just use for taking it on and off. So instead it had like the second compartment for the top padding, but here we have the chair all cleaned officially. It's still darker because that's all the wet areas. And this cushion is done. I'll show you what I did to it. So pretty much this strip here, I just replaced that piece of material. I had a zipper in it. It was just a mess and all torn up. And so now I just have the zipper down here, and I added a piece of fabric there to keep it all together. And then next, sewing, I'll be working on this back cushion. And you see, someone tried to fix this here and did not try to be discreet at all. So I will be fixing all that, taking all that stitching out, and I'll flip it over so you can see the other side. So just that stitching's got to come out. And then it's got a good zipper here, and then it's just ripped out here right at the top, so that actually shouldn't be too bad to fix. I wish I could just bring my sewing machine out and sew it all together, but then I'd have to like unstitch this whole top, which maybe I'll do. We'll see what I end up feeling like in the moment as I get going on it. The chair is officially all sewn up. It looks great. It's not perfect. Like, these two edges were really torn out, so I had to improvise a lot, but I'm happy there's no holes there anymore. And show you the top here. So this was all ripped out here. I ended up hand stitching it, and this was all ripped out here. Then underneath here is not quite as pretty. So along the zipper, it was all ripped out, but the material was really being pulled out. So I put, or fraying. So I put some fray check on there, and my fray check was old, so it didn't dry clear, which I don't love, but it is what it is. You can't really take it off once it's on. So I dripped there. Oops. But since it's going to be underneath, I'm not too worried about it and how it's going to look, but it is done with all the sewing. Yay! Get you a whole view of it. Okay, in my messy basement. Sorry about that, don't mind the mess. My next step is to condition the leather, bring out the nice natural colors and smooth out the fabric so it's not so dry, and it'll just brighten it all up. And how I do that is I use extra virgin olive oil and some paper towels, and I just put it on there very generously at first, let it sit for a couple hours, and then I'll go back through and wipe it down with paper towels again once it has soaked in, to just condition the leather. And that should hopefully even out some of these scratches and stuff too. It looks like my child got a hold of something that was not there before and scratched it some. So yay to children. But that is my next step, conditioning. Okay, I'll try to show you here what I do. So there's a plethora of oil on there, and I'm doing this with my left hand, so sorry. It's totally, I don't know why I'm filming opposite of that than I normally do. Oh, I know why, because I poured with my right hand the oil, and I just wipe it on there. Here, let me switch hands. Okay, here we go. So I've got my oil, and all you do, sorry, you just wipe it on. And you see how it's just darkening it up and really making it pretty. And after washing this leather, especially so many times, I needed to get all the stains and that out. It is super dry, so it's just soaking up this oil really fast. I might have to actually do a couple layers of this oil before I'll even stop absorbing it. But there it is. And now we'll just go around and continue to do it all. So wherever there's leather, condition every inch of it. And so conditioning helps it to not dry out. It helps it to last longer. It helps it to not get dirty as easily, and it makes it easier to clean if it's conditioned well. It also keeps it from drying out, so the leather doesn't rip out like it did on the top up here. It was really ripped out. So there's lots of benefits to conditioning and oiling your leather furniture. So here's the chair all oiled and the ottoman, but the cushion is not yet. You see how it's just evened out the colors on the chair, and this will soak in and be less shiny, and it'll lighten up too as it soaks in, because they're just so dry. They needed time, but I just wanted to show you the difference while they were still wet. And I'll do the cushion next. Okay, now that the chair is all oiled up and it's been sitting for a few days, the oil is nice and soaked in. There might be a couple places that still needs a little bit more to condition it, and I'll touch those up once I'm done. But my next step is to put all the stuffing back in the back padding, and I'm actually going to add some to the flat seat here also to just fluff it up a little bit. So let's get going. There it is, all done. Thanks for watching me finish this chair and redo it. Episode, we'll see how long it lasts with my kids around. I just have to fluff up the top of this chair just a little bit more, and then it'll be ready to go for my kids. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe below, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.